Right now on Fox 31 News. Dougherty County Police are looking for a suspect in connection to an armed robbery that happened last night.
Staying safe during the holidays. I'm Fox 31's Franklin White, and coming up, I'll show you how social media can play a big part in that.
Residents of Cordele Public Housing think there should be a cap when it comes to tenants' incomes. Fox 31 News starts right now.
The only primetime local newscast in Southwest Georgia. This is Fox 31 News Weekend.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to Fox 31 News Weekend. I'm Courtney Highfield. We begin tonight with the Dougherty County Police Department investigating an armed robbery that happened around 7:30 Saturday night at the Pit Stop store. Lieutenant Chad Kirkpatrick with DCP told Fox 31 that a black male entered the store armed with a handgun and demanded money from the clerk. Kirkpatrick says the clerk complied and gave the suspect $300 worth of cash. The suspect was only in the store for about 30 seconds. He then proceeded to flee the scene on foot. Officials said other local business owners can learn a lesson from this.
Alarms are good. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't keep a lot of currency in the store if you can help it, and make deposits as often as you can.
If you have any information, call the Dougherty County Police Department. The Albany Police Department responded to a shooting early Saturday morning. According to APD, the victim stated while at a house party on Harvest Lane, an unknown person began shooting in the roadway. The victim told officials he was hit 5 times in the legs by several bullets. He told officials his friends took him to the Phoebe North emergency room. Officials say while on the scene, it was revealed that several vehicles parked on the street were also hit with rounds. Police are continuing to investigate the incident. Elsewhere in Dougherty County, firefighters with the Albany Fire Department started their day battling a huge blaze. Battalion Chief Keith Ambrose says around 3 a.m. they were called to South Madison Street where a home was fully engulfed in flames. He says residents in the home were alerted of the flames when a neighbor came knocking on the door.
The flame spread from the front porch to the living room and the kitchen, which did heavy fire damage to those 3 areas and extensive heat and smoke damage to the rest of the unit.
The family made it out safe, and there's about $30,000 worth of damage. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Last week, Fox 31 reported some unexpected high incomes of those living in Albany and Lee County public housing. Today, we went to Crisp County and tackled the same issue. Fox 31 Open Records requested a copy of all the tenants' incomes who live in Cordele public housing, and we found 4 tenants whose yearly incomes are between $30,000 and $36,000. While that's not as high as some of the surrounding counties, residents who live in public housing themselves don't think it's fair.
There's a lot of people who went for housing, a lot of people who get turned down for housing here. It's not right for a lot of them because these people can't go somewhere else.
One resident said he felt there should be a limit on a tenant's income.
I think it should be a cap on it. I mean, you have people that making $13,000, $14,000 a year. I mean, it should be somewhere around in that area.
But when asked if they think those residents making over a standard amount should be forced to leave, they didn't think the housing authority should be able to take it that far.
I mean, not really. I mean, if they're already in here, I mean, they go ahead and stay.
Some people, it just all depends if what they bring into the community is, more than what others are offering. I just think it's different. I don't think they should be kicked out necessarily.
The incomes of the highest tenants were $31,683, $31,785, $33,748, and $35,264. They currently have 451 tenants. Well, this week, a lot of you may be traveling to see family for the Thanksgiving holiday. But while you're gone, local law enforcement says you could be the reason why someone could break into your home. Fox 31's Franklin White connects us to the reason.
Typing statuses like this can do way more damage than you think.
I've seen it firsthand, so I know now that that's not the right thing to do.
And Terry Orange has witnessed that damage and knows what could happen when you post private things on social media.
I didn't have that mindset that people could go into my house or go into invade my personal space to take things, but it's real and it's very possible.
So possible that Tommy Goodwin with the Lee County Sheriff's Office says there is a such thing as good social media and bad social media conduct.
Don't post anything on Facebook that you wouldn't put on the front page of a newspaper.
He says the bad social media conduct comes when you post things online like you're going to be away from home for a while, giving crooks free reign of your personal belongings.
If you don't want people to know it, wait till after you've gone on vacation or you've gone to visit relatives. Then post everything on Facebook, the fun things that you did, because you never know who's looking.
Goodwin says his best advice to the public is setting your social media profiles to private. That way you have more control over who sees what you're doing, especially during the holidays. Franklin White, Fox 31 News.
And in the journey to repair the assault amphibious vehicle, we've reached the point where it's ready to be put back together again. Fox 31's Romney Smith will show you how in this week's Mission MCLB.
On average, it takes the assault amphibious vehicle 18 days to be reassembled, and it goes through 9 different levels.
Every level is checked. It's just like building a big building. You start from the ground up and build it all the way up. And every level is checked and CPI and double checked.
Everything from making sure the hutches and doors work to fine-tuning the entire electrical system. The AAV starts as an empty shell, and by level 9, it's nearly complete. And since the vehicles are received at different times, all of the vehicles are at different stages of assembly. But this isn't exactly an assembly line because the AAVs never move.
It's save money and time to leave the hub in one position to do that, and we actually move the people to it.
It takes dozens of people, including artisans, electricians, mechanics, engineers, inspectors, and more to make sure the AAV is good as new once the assembly process is complete.
We get to level 9, we do the function check on it, we power up the vehicle and check it. We also double check it because we want to save money. If we let anything get by, it can cause a delay in time and getting the equipment out to the troops, so we want to check and double check.
Leaders say all of the employees understand the important role they play when assembling the AAV back to its full capacity.
We want to make sure that Walmart got something that they don't have to worry about, and that's the maintenance and the reliability of the equipment. So it's a very shared responsibility, a very sense of pride in doing that.
Romney Smith, Fox 31 News.
After 10 years of intensive negotiations, several countries have reached a deal with Iran. These stories and more coming up.
Hey, coming up tonight in sports, the Falcons didn't play today, but we have plenty of highlights for you throughout the league as Fox 31 News Weekend continues.
Well, a chilly day across southwest Georgia, and folks, that cool snap is going to continue, though. First, Marty Ayers sent us beautiful photos of the sunset across southwest Georgia. He's from Berlin, Georgia, and these are where these photos are coming from tonight. But we do have a dip in the temperatures and a look at some rain chances in the complete forecast. Keep it here. I've got all the details when Fox 31 News Weekend continues.